We're talking about these high temperatures, severe drought conditions, and of course, bone dry brush. All of this a perfect storm, unfortunately, for wildfires.
Wildfires are a natural part of many forest types and have occurred since the beginning of the earth. And so there's nothing new there. But in the last 2 or 3 decades, probably, we've started to see wildfires change in a number of ways. They are more frequent. The wildfire season is longer because snow melt is happening sooner. And then when wildfires do occur, they are more intense and cause more damage.
2020 was an incredibly active fire season. The National Interagency Fire Center says it was the most destructive season on record. More than 10 million acres was burned last year, the highest number since record-keeping started in the 1980s. That's more than the entire state of Vermont combined with the entire state of Connecticut.
Driven by extreme heat, prolonged drought, and the changing climate, as well as decades of forest management decisions, the 2021 wildfire season continues to outpace the devastating 2021 season in terms of large fires to date.
So how does climate change play a role? Extreme heat creates dry conditions, which can lead to more fuel for wildfires because dried out trees and grass burn a lot easier.
So that now the wildfire season is about 8 or 9 months long, when it used to be more like 4 or 5 months long. And then we also see, once wildfire season is upon us, we have more hot days. We have variations in precipitation that create conditions for flammability that didn't previously exist. So there's a number of climate change factors that are both driving wildfires and causing these positive feedback loops that intensify conditions under which wildfires can happen.
There's another thing people are doing that increases fire risk, and that's how we fight fires. This may seem crazy, but letting some fires burn can actually prevent major fires and help the planet.
So it's a very counterintuitive tool. It's basically saying, to save us from fire, we're going to use fire. Right? And so the public often finds prescribed fire to be threatening and unwanted.
Using fire to prevent major fires can actually be cheaper than trying to fight them, but it can also help some ecosystems.
So these sort of high elevation lodgepole pine forests, which are plentiful across the American West, rely on these unusual, they have big fire intervals. They historically happened every, I think, 60 to 100 years, but these high intense fires are what open up the serotinous cones and allow these forests to continue and reproduce and get new seedlings going. So we rely on fire across forest types, not just for trees and forest health, but for habitat and the wildlife that relies on that habitat. So we really cannot ever expect to eliminate fire.